Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your positive tarot reading. For your first card, you get the Hierophant. The Hierophant. So, with the Hierophant comes a message that you are doing what was expected of you at the time in the past. If you had certain responsibilities, you were fulfilling them. So, for example, if you were a treasurer, you were guarding the money that was assigned to you. You were fulfilling your regular, normal duties in the past. This could have involved a marriage with that Hierophant card. And I don't mean to sound old fashioned because, I kind of do sound old fashioned when we start combining duties and marital things. And then we have the term marital duties. And you may have been guarding a marriage, protecting a marriage at the time. Okay. Clarifying the Hierophant, we have the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Empress card. So it's almost like somebody came to make you an offer because we have the Page of Pentacles, okay? And even though they made you an offer, you knew your worth with this Empress card. You knew your worth, and you were protecting your marriage with the Four of Wands is another marriage card. You were protecting your marriage. Now, in the present, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is a wonderful card to get in a reading because the Ace of Pentacles is a positive sign in terms of changes in health. It can also signify a family reunion or a reunion of closely connected people. So, in the present, your health is getting better with the Ace of Pentacles. Your health is getting better. A lot of people look at that card and they're like, oh, Ace of Pentacles, has to do with money. In some cases it can, but I think in terms of your reading, I think it means your health is better now in the present. Now that you don't have to be on the defensive, you have good health right now. And good health is a blessing. Now, money can contribute to good health. We need money for food, water, and shelter. So money can contribute to good health. But let's get more information. We have the Two of Pentacles, the Chariots, and the Three of Wands. Okay, the reason why your health is improving is because you've been working on it. With the Two of Pentacles, you've been working on it. And with the Chariot, there could be some literal actual movement. You could be exercising a lot in the present. And the exercise is causing you to notice certain changes about yourself or about your body because we do have the Three of Wands, which is your ships coming in. So, whatever goals you had for your health, they're manifesting. They're manifesting. The goals that you had for your health are manifesting. Now, in the future, you want to spend some time alone with the Hermit card, or you could be dealing with a Virgo. Hermit can also represent Virgo. But if this is not dealing with a Virgo in the future, you feel like spending some time alone. Now, with the Hermit energy, we get the Star, the Page of Wands, and the Hanged Man. So it was almost like, and this is the reason why you want to be alone in the future. It could be that someone approached you and they told you that they were healing, but you don't know whether you believe this person or not. And that's why you're kind of hanging out by yourself. We get the Page of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Star. Either someone else is healing or you are healing. And if you are healing, it is from a message you may have received. Your attitude right now at this time is the King of Swords. You're feeling very focused, very logical. You're looking at things from a logical point of view completely. So if somebody tries to come at you with some emotional stuff like, well, you need to do this because of this and that, and because I feel this way, you've got up your walls, and you're looking at something from a logical point of view. Now, with this King of Swords energy, we have the Strength card. There may be somebody you're not talking to at this time. We have the Seven of Cups and the Fool. It's almost like you have a lot of hopes and dreams for a certain beginning. And the advice from the Fool card is to believe in yourself. Regardless of whatever you think is going to happen, Taurus, you need to believe in yourself. And the advice from the Seven of Cups is to pick an option about how you want to proceed. Because you can't just keep ignoring this person, okay? You could also be dealing with a Leo with that Strength card, but you can't keep ignoring them, whoever they are. You have to make a choice about how you're going to have a new beginning. And you have to believe in yourself for this new beginning to occur. So if you want to move somewhere else, you have to believe in your ability to be able to move somewhere else. It all goes back to believing in yourself with that full energy. Now, what's influencing you is the Temperance card. You've been going through some changes. Going through some changes. There's so many different meanings associated with the Temperance card. I would have to look back at that book I was reading to get into it because I do not remember them all. But with the Temperance card, we get the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Three of Cups. The reason why you're so distracted at this time, even though your health is improving, is because you are holding on to something with the Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords and the Three of Cups. You've gained clarity about a certain situation, and you're holding on to something that you gained clarity about, and that's why you're changing as a person. Okay? So, whoever it was that may have been giving you a hard time in the past, you've come to realize it's not just them that you worry about. They had another person involved in this situation, and you may be concerned about that other person, and you're holding on to something that was said about that other person, okay? But your obstacle right now is accepting people for who they are, okay? This is your obstacle, 7 of Wands, accepting people for who they are. Maybe somebody told you something about somebody else and you don't want to believe it. You don't want to accept certain people for who they are. Um, it kind of reminds me of a quote, and I think this was by Robin Williams, but I'm not sure. And I'm not saying this is what you do, but this is just an example of, not accepting people as they are. And I think this quote came from the Joker. He said something about how society expects mentally ill people to act normal and gets mad at them when they don't or something. I don't know. I can't really remember the exact quote. I'm paraphrasing. But and I'm not saying this is your problem. It just kind of reminds me of your obstacle because at this point in time you're having trouble accepting people as they are. When we accept people as they are, we're not trying to change them anymore. That's how we know we've gotten better. So if you're still in a position where you're trying to tell somebody something or reason with them or get them to behave a certain way or control them, you're still not fully healed because you're not accepting them as they are. To accept them as they are would be to realize number one, I can't control this person, I can't change this person. Number two, the only person I can focus on and change is myself. And change comes from within. We can't just control every person in our environment, and then our lives are better. Like, oh, if I could just control Susie, and make her come to work on time, I would be so much happier. Change comes from within. Maybe you need to set boundaries with Susie, as an example. You have to change because you can't expect Susie to change. Susie's never going to change. If Susie is always late to work, she's always going to be late to work. That's who she is, and you have to accept it. But in order to, change your outside environment, you have to change your inside environment. You have to become a different person because you teach people how to treat you. So, if you decide in your head, well, Susie's never going to change, which is the first step to recovery, you know, recovery from trying to be codependent or trying to control people. You decide that Susie's never going to change. And then, two, you decide that you will change instead. The next time Susie is late, Susie is fired, or the next time Susie is late, Susie has consequences for her actions. You have to change. Now, Susie may never change at all. Even though I said you have to change in order for other people to change, that doesn't always happen. Susie may never change at all. You may put out consequences, and Susie still keeps coming in late, but you've got to be consistent. You've got to be consistent. So, and if Susie never changes and you fire Susie, then that opens the door for someone else for you to hire. But you can't keep trying to control people and trying to reason with people and trying to get them to see your point of view. Would you argue with somebody who's an alcoholic? Probably not. And I'm not saying the person you were dealing with was an alcoholic, but it's just an example of how it's futile to argue with somebody that has their mind made up about a certain thing, okay? Um, okay, you have the Page of Swords, the Lovers, and the Sun card. So the obstacle for you is that it's almost like somebody made you an ultimatum, okay? And the reason they made you an ultimatum is because they wanted happiness. Page of Swords, lovers, happiness. They wanted happiness, which is why they made you an ultimatum. This person wasn't really thinking about you, they were thinking about themselves. And they really do have a lot of growing up to do with the Page of Swords energy. Page of Swords can also represent an opportunity for growth. This could be an opportunity. If the Page of Swords is not a person, this is an opportunity for growth, an opportunity for you to learn to accept people for who they are. Now, the outcome of everything is going to be conflict because we get the Five of Wands. This could be them having conflict within themselves or you having conflict within yourself. But some sort of conflict. And the advice from the Five of Wands usually is to have a discussion with somebody. But if you've already had a discussion with somebody, and they can't be reasoned with, then you may just have to deal with the inner conflict inside yourself as the outcome. Now we're going to clarify this Five of Wands. But you've got to get your life back on track by focusing on you. I don't know what situation you were dealing with in the past, but you've got to get your life back on track by focusing on you. Because if you're always focused on them, then they're the ones that are in control, right? And, you don't want certain people controlling your life. Now, with the Five of Wands, we get the Tower, the Ten of Wands, and the Six of Cups. There's going to be change coming in, and it's going to happen fast. You're going to be releasing somebody from the past. Okay? So even though there's a lot of conflict in the outcome, a lot of inner conflict, you will eventually learn to release this person. And that goes back to accepting people as they are, right? Because when we accept them, we can release them. And I know that not everyone believes in labels, but sometimes labels help us with letting certain people go. For example, if you could have been dealing with an alcoholic, call it what it is, or I don't mean to use the word what. I'm very sorry about that. I'm trying to word things right. It's so hard for me to word things right sometimes. If you are dealing with someone who is an alcoholic, call them who they are, right? I don't mean to their face. I don't mean go up to them and be like, "You're an alcoholic and you need help." No, you're still letting them control you if you do that. You've got to talk to yourself and boost yourself up about your life. And when it comes to them, you've got to label them for who they are in order to move on. You know, in order to release this heavy burden. Um, and that's how you get control of your life back. You're already doing it. I mean, in the present, you're exercising and taking care of yourself. But the problem is you're still not accepting people for who they are. So, whoever this person is, you've got to accept them for who they are so you can move on. And here's a different name. Instead of Susie, let's use the name Bill. You say to yourself, okay, well, I'm worried about Bill because Bill keeps coming to my house when he's drunk. And I keep telling Bill he needs help, but Bill never gets help. And I wish I could be part of Bill's life. I wish I could help him out, but I have to accept the fact that he's an alcoholic and he's not going to change until he wants to change. Now, what you don't see coming is the Two of Swords, okay? Two of Swords. Whenever I see twos, I do think about making a decision. But Two of Swords can mean so many other things. I mean, the Two of Swords indicates a barrier that we create to protect ourselves. Whether you're guarding your emotions or keeping up a charade with another person, the fact of the matter is that you are only pretending everything is okay. It's time to stop avoiding the truth and make a final decision. Both choices may seem hard when making this a deadlocked situation. The lesson behind the Two of Swords is to open your eyes. Seek more information and perspectives to help you make your choice. Burying your head in the sand will do nothing as time continues to pass. So, if you're still feeling conflicted inside about somebody, you may be doing an investigation, okay? You could be doing a background check on this person. You could be asking their friends and family about them. I hope it doesn't come to that, to where you're still really kind of thinking about this person a lot, but it may be a situation where you're so conflicted you want other perspectives about what to do. Now we're going to clarify this Two of Swords energy. But because of everything you've been going through, you've created up some sort of barrier. You've constructed some sort of barrier blocking you from your family and friends. You're not really letting people know how you're feeling or how you're doing at this time. You're kind of just keeping that to yourself. And to me, it goes back to your past energy of protecting your marriage. Maybe you still feel like you need to protect your marriage, so you're holding certain things in that you are feeling. Man. We get the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. It's almost like whatever is coming in for you, you don't really have a choice. In the past, you may have done good things for a certain person without even being asked to do those things. And this person is coming back in to reward you for what you did. I mean, they do say that no good deed goes unpunished, right? But it's not necessarily that something bad's coming in. It's just you have something good coming in that you can't really control. It's kind of like if you gave a friend $50 and someday in the future they come to give you $50 and you try to be like, no, man, it's all right. I let that go a long time ago. You don't need to give me, but they're going to give you the $50 anyways. So somebody is coming in slowly with the Knight of Pentacles energy and the Three of Pentacles. They want a collaboration with you. And they're coming in slowly. And it may be that this person comes in slowly while you're trying to make a decision or while you're feeling blocked at this time, because we can put up all the barriers that we want. There's going to be somebody out there that sees through us and tries to come through that barrier and be like, nah, man, let me help you. We got this. Let me help you. So somebody coming in slowly to help you, some sort of collaboration. And that's what you don't see coming. So whoever this is, they may be kind of dragging their heels, but they're coming in. So that's all I have, Taurus. If this is the same person that you were dealing with, they've grown because they went from a page to a knight. But that's why they're moving slowly, because it's gonna take some time to get there. People don't just grow overnight. I mean, I know, going back to our alcoholic example, there are treatment programs out there, but some people don't benefit from a 90-day treatment program. Some people benefit from constant help from other people over a series of a few years. Everyone is different. Everyone takes their own time to grow. If you study biology and anatomy, or if you know a little bit about those things, you know that girls usually mature faster than boys. So everyone takes their own time period when it comes to growing. This person may take a longer time to grow than other people. It may take them a longer time to process certain things. We do not know how long it takes somebody to get over certain things, to grow, to improve. We don't know how long their growth is going to take. We just have to stand back and watch, and we have to accept people for who they are and where they are at in their journey in this life. We can't look at someone and be like, well, I've realized alcohol is bad. You should too. We can't do stuff like that. We have to accept people for who they are and where they're at, and just wait for them to grow while we work on ourselves. I mean, that's the only thing we can do. I mean, we can't really force somebody to be a different person. I know some people on the Dr. Phil show have been put in alcohol treatment programs or certain treatment programs, but after they get out of those programs, some of them go back to alcohol. We cannot control what other people do. Other people control themselves. And, it seems like your obstacle is having trouble accepting someone for who they are. And that's what's causing so much conflict in your life. When we don't allow, acceptance into our lives, and we try to resist all the time, it creates suffering. You know, it is really more easier to let things go than to hold on to them, because the longer we hold on to them, the more suffering we create. And I don't know what this person did. I'm not saying what they did was okay and that you should forgive them. Acceptance does not mean forgiveness, it just means accepting somebody for where they're at right now. So, for example, if somebody has brain damage, you accept it. I accept that they have brain damage at this time. I accept that they cannot think clearly at this time. So, I'm not going to be affected by their energy. I'm going to distance myself, and I'm going to work on myself. But if you get caught up in that dog chasing the tail thing, then they're running your life, and you don't want that. You want to run your own life and let them run theirs. Eventually, I think you two are going to get along better in the future, just not now. There's too much stuff going on right now. Whoever this is you're dealing with, they could have a lot on their plate, and you have a lot on your plate. And the positive to this situation is that y'all both get to work on yourselves and improve over time. We have periods of time where we work on ourselves and we're alone. Not everyone can handle those alone times, and sometimes it's hard, but we have those times for a reason, because we need to get better in order to form a better partnership with the people that we care about. If somebody has a problem with something, they need to work on that problem before coming to you, because you're not going to solve their problem. Giving them advice will not solve their problem. They actually have to take your advice, right? They have to make a conscious choice to be a different person, to be a better person, to improve their lives. So, That's all I have, Taurus. Um, my advice for this reading would just be to keep focusing on yourself and try not to dwell too much on this person when you're by yourself. Maybe when you're by yourself, make more fitness goals for yourself or whatever it is you're working on in terms of your health. Focus on you and your life because you focusing on this other person is causing you stress that you don't need. You need to focus on your life and what's directly in front of you, not whoever this person was, okay? Now, they're not going to give up easily. If they are the Pentacles person, if they are the Knight of Pentacles coming in, they're not going to give up easily. They will be back, but hopefully they will be back after a long period of time working on themselves. And, you know, you can't focus on them. You can't keep thinking about when is the next time they're going to show up. And if this is somebody who keeps showing up because they have an alcohol problem, maybe you need to call the cops next time they come to your door. You need to be the one to change. You cannot make this person change. You cannot reason with them. You need to accept them for who they are. Okay? And once you accept them for who they are, you can move on with your life. I don't mean acceptance as in giving them a hug and forgiving them and taking them back every time they do something stupid. That's not acceptance. That's being a doormat. I'm not talking about being a doormat. I'm talking accepting things as they are and moving on with your life. I mean, you see me looking at my laptop, right? And my laptop, it's a small laptop, it's black on the inside, but I accept my laptop for what it looks like and what it is. My laptop is a laptop, but I'm not, obsessed with how can I make this laptop turn into a cell phone. No, I accept that my laptop is a laptop and then I go move on with my life and do what I need to do for the day. And that's kind of how you need to view this person. Maybe if there is no label for this person and they just need help, maybe that's how you can view them. You can look at them like, okay, this is a person who needs help. I accept that. And now I'm going to move on with my life. I accept the fact that I cannot provide the help that they need because this person may need professional help, which I cannot provide if I am not a professional. So I accept them for who they are and I move on with my life. And that's what you need to do. And I'm not saying take whatever they do to you. If they try to hurt you, by all means, call the cops. But if they're not doing anything to you, you're just worried about them, you need to accept them for who they are and try to move on with your life. Because you stood your ground already. So you need to move on with your life. Thank you.